Hi guys. So welcome to day six of the personal branding sessions. So today we'll be talking about something different. This would be the part of monetizing your personal brand. So if you've been following from day one, by now you would have been pumped up, you would have known how to create your content, you'd have known yourself better, you'd have known what your personal brand stands for, you would have known how to influence the way people think about you through your messaging. You would have gotten tons of content ideas by now. You would have set up your content bank, you would have had your profile picture and all of that, your bio all set up, and um, you probably have launched by now, or maybe you're waiting for our launch day. But this part is very important. This is like going forward. Now that you've set everything in order, now that you're creating content and you're very conscious of your personal brand, this is the part that a lot of people maybe like they miss it, but this is for you going forward, monetizing it, making money out of it, right? So there are different ways to monetize your personal brand. You can sell a product or a service, right? Or you can monetize on the platform. So we're going to be talking about that. But I'm going to focus on creating an offer, right? We're not just going to on depend on these platforms, like okay, depending on TikTok monetization, Facebook monetization, Instagram monetization. These are things that you cannot control, right? Eventually, because I mean, it means that you have to start working so hard to get a certain number, meet some criteria, get a certain number of followers, get a certain number of views, and stuff like that. Now, um, that would eventually come, but it means that you're now, leaving your monetization in the hands of a platform. If that platform shuts down now, God forbid, it shuts down. I mean, that means your source of income shuts down, right? But then there are several ways that you can, make money from your personal brand, monetize your brand, you know, and it's by selling something. You have to sell something, a product or a service. Now, for some people, they've built their brand such a way that they've become influencers for other people's brands, right? So people like Aproko Doctor now can be an influencer for Aquafina bottled water, for Emzor pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. People like Salem King can influence for Google, can influence for MTN. These guys have built their brands, but if you check out, some of these people already have their own offers. They have their own product or service that they give out. For instance, Salem King, who is is a very good example. Can search him on Instagram. Very good example of a personal brand, right? He has a course on community building. He has a course on community building. He has a book on community building. Also has services that he renders. People reach out to him to handle their projects and all of that, and he makes money off that. And people remember what I said about personal brand, that people buy you first before they buy this thing that you're selling. So I've showed you how people can buy you, right? So now, what is it that you have to offer that you can make money from? So we're going to be talking about finding the right product and driving traffic and leads and then selling. All right. So first of all, there are two different kinds of products, right? We have physical products, digital products. So physical products could be anything. You could be selling a mouse, a pen, a shoe, a bag, a wig, selling houses, real estate. You can sell lands, whatever. Right? Those are physical products that you can sell, or you can sell services. Right? Could be your hairdressing services, your um um sewing services, your graphic design services, whatever services could be physical, can be delivered physically or digitally, right? So they fall in between physical and digital products. So depending on your niche, depending on what you've decided to talk about, you can decide, okay, this is what I want to sell eventually, right? There's this very interesting thing I saw on TikTok. I saw this young man, he sells tiles. So, but he sits in his shop, in his style shop, and he talks about stuff. He talks about his life. He talks about p- stuff, mostly stuff around personal development. And then he talks about his story, shares his story with people, his life. And he's sitting in his tile shop and he has tiles, all of that. So he's not talking about come and buy my tiles. He's not even talking about how to fix a tile. He's not even talking about that. He just shares his life. So people get to like him, love him, and then they are seeing the tiles at the back and they'll be like, guy, how much is this your tiles? Right? People want to buy the tiles just because they like him. Right? So he's selling physical product, right? So depending on whatever it is that you have on your hands, you can decide that okay, you want to sell this product. Now, I want you to be as creative as possible, right? Be creative. I'm sure that a lot of you that might be following this series, going through this challenge, might already have a business, right? You might have like maybe you sell gift boxes, right? Maybe you sell gift boxes. I don't expect that all the time you're talking about, oh, gift boxes, gift boxes, gift boxes. You know, you can even talk about love. You can talk about love, the story of one heartbreak and all of that, and then you can be wrapping a gift inside for your clients. See how powerful that is, right? Anyway, so let's keep it going. So if you don't have a product, you can create one from scratch, or you can affiliate, or you can connect. So either you create a physical product, right? Maybe you create a physical product, or you purchase from a wholesale. Maybe you want to start selling pots, you want to start selling bags. If you don't create those bags yourself, you don't make them yourself, you can get a source, right? Or you can affiliate. Right now, we have places like Amazon and some other e-commerce sites, Jumia, where people affiliate for those products. Some of them are physical products. You don't have to create them yourself. You just have to have an affiliate link. You have to have pictures of the products, and then you sell them to your customers, right? And then you don't even handle the delivery of those products. Your job is just to connect people to um, buy it. Your job is just to promote those products, right? And then people buy through your affiliate link and you earn a commission. Or you can connect people to products. For instance, what most real estate agents do is more like affiliate marketing, but it's like more of connection. So they have someone who has a land who wants to sell a land, right? And they have all they have to do is get a buyer. So they connect the buyer to the buyer to the landowner, and then once the buyer buys this land from the landowner, they earn a commission, right? So you can do that. So you connect people to product, or product to product, or people to people, either of those, right? Then if you want to do digital products, right? So there are digital products that you can create from scratch. Either you're creating an ebook, a course, a webinar, a live class, template softwares, right? That can be sold digitally, that can be used digitally, right? They are not physical products. And then you're wondering, okay, if I'm going to sell a product, where do I find this product? Where do I host this product? Where do I sell this product? How do I receive the money? Now, places like Seller is an online platform where you can sell physical and digital products, like, excuse me, like a store, like an online store. Shopify, Amazon, Mainstack, they are all online stores where you can sell your products, right? Where you can sell your products. You can even find products there to affiliate for places like Seller, right? And then you can receive payments from international clients and customers receive in different currencies, especially on places like Seller. In fact, all of them you can receive from both Nigeria and any part of the world, right? So you have to think. I'm going to be talking about creating a product, right, or creating an offer, not a product now, right? So I'm more of an offer kind of person than a product because, I mean, there's thousands and millions of products in the world, but why is everybody not a millionaire, right? Why is everybody not making it, right? Now, there's a reason why, and that's what I'm going to talk about it in the next slide. All right, so um, you want to, there's several things that I need you to do. Sorry. Okay, before we talk about uh, an offer, should I talk about an offer first? Okay. Before we talk about the offer, let's talk about lead generation. This is very, very important. If you have a product that you want to sell, right, online, um, the chances that you're just going to go on Facebook and sell this maybe in one of your reels and get people to buy is very, very low. People don't, even you, when was the last time you just saw somebody selling something, somebody is selling fridge, and on the first day that you saw it, oh, you just decide to buy it? No, there's a part of building trust. Now, we've talked, the whole thing we've been talking about from the beginning of this challenge to this time talks, it helps with trust building. It helps with building likability, right? Relatability, and making people to see you as an expert, as a valuable person, as a thought leader, somebody that can be trusted, right? But then when it comes to selling, you're taking it a notch higher, right? Now, depending on the type of product you sell, the lead generation tactics you need to follow can be slightly different. So if there are several ways, if I'm going to sell a physical product, there are several ways. There's a way I'll go about it, but there are some things that are just basic. The first thing that you need to know if you want to sell, right, is to have an exclusive lead list for leads. Now, a lead is someone who is a prospective buyer. He is interested, or he has a problem that your product can solve or your offer can solve, and he's already sort of pre-interested in your content. He's an ideal client. But he has not bought yet. He's a prospective customer. That's a lead, right? So you need to have an exclusive list where you have this kind of people on that list, so that you can sell to them. You don't want to be selling to people who don't know you from Adam. You need to be able to build trust. You need to give them the kind of information, the kind of understanding that they need to have, or they need to get into, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to buy this product, right? And you can build this list either on WhatsApp or Telegram channel or Telegram group or an email list. Very, very important. And you're going to have it exclusive. I On my channel, I think I talked more about that, right? So this is not lead generation class fully, but it's a basic thing. You just create a list. You can either use email. There are different emails, marketing services out there. You can just do a Google search. I know of Bird Send, Convert Kit, Bird Send. Those are some of the few ones. And then for Nigerians, we have AffiSend. AffiSend is a good it's a great platform for email marketing, right? And also, there's this new product, this new software, Salesforce, right? Let me just type that out for some people who might want to check that out. So just go type that somewhere here. So we have I think Salesforce if you want to do email for WhatsApp marketing. If you want to do WhatsApp marketing, you want to build your list on WhatsApp, you can use Salesforce. You can use Convert Kit or BedSend. bird send. These are some for email, and then of course Telegram for Telegram, right? So these are some of the tools that you can make use of. Very, very easy to use. I've not used ConvertKit before. Okay. I think I've used ConvertKit a couple of times to help someone set up their landing page and stuff. So, but then Salesforce is very great for WhatsApp marketing. Okay, I didn't spell WhatsApp right. Okay, for WhatsApp marketing, Salesforce is very good because Salesforce allows you to send broadcasts. Salesforce allows you to sell broadcasts, send broadcast messages, personalized broadcast messages. It also allows you to, you know, have like an autoresponder. You don't have to always be responding to messages by yourself. If you have tons of leads coming in, let's say people liked your content and you have like 1,000 people coming into your DM, I mean, you can't start responding to them one after the other. So that's where sales will comes in, right? Then the next thing you need to know after you have created this place to host your list, because in that list you're going to be doing um, um, more targeted content that's where you talk more about your offer. You create scarcity about it. You show testimonials of people who have used it and all of that. You pitch yourself very, very. This is where you do most of the selling. But how do you get people into that list? Right? So you have to create a lead magnet, either a free class or a video or ebook or a particular content, a special content that you feel people will need, provide some sort of value upfront in exchange for joining your for getting their contacts and joining your list, right? So what this lead magnet does is that first of all, it gets people to take the first step of trusting you, right? Because they are not paying for it, right? They are not paying for it, and then you know that these are people who are already interested in stuff like this. So if I'm going to sell this class, let's say this personal branding class, let's say it's a product I want to sell, I'm going to tell people that, all right, I'm going to be having a class, a free class where I'm going to be showing business owners how they can put themselves out there on social media, build a personal brand, and yeah, and monetize it without stress, right? I'm going to tell people that this class is free, and then that will be my lead magnets to magnet them, and then I'm going to get them into this my exclusive list, maybe on Telegram or on WhatsApp, right? So they come into my WhatsApp, for instance. I tell them, oh, welcome, save my number, and make sure that they save mine, and then I add them to a particular group, or I give them the link to the group. Then I'm going to, maybe after a certain time, after I fill the group, and then I'm going to set the time for the meeting. Like, okay, we're going to host the meeting on Zoom or using Telegram or using Google Meet, anywhere, or even write in WhatsApp group. I'm going to host a class. And in that class, I'm going to show them some possibilities. I'm going to show them what I've done before with other people. I'm going to show them testimonials of people who have used my teachings before, and I'm going to show them that I am very good at this thing and that I can help them get to where they want to get to. And then at the end of the class, I'm going to pitch this personal branding session to them, that okay, so I'm going to go in depth in this personal branding, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that for you, I'm going to give you this resource, I'm going to hold your hands, I'm going to show you what to do, right? So that's what I'm going to do at the end of the class, pitch my main offer, my paid offer, right, to them. So after the class, since they're all in that particular list, I'm going to keep promoting my products to them, telling them, oh, these people have bought, this person has bought. People like they like this crowd effect, like, oh, I'm not the only one that is buying this thing, right? We are many. So I said, oh, 5 people since the class, 5 people have bought, 10 people have bought. I showed them testimonials of people who have used it before and how well they are doing, and all of that and all of that and all of that. All right. So if it's an ebook, right, you can, in fact, there's something I saw very, very interesting. This lady talks about hair. I think maybe she sells hair products or stuff. Now, she sells hair products. instead of going to say coming on Instagram and say, oh, this product, this one at 50,000, this one you go join this one and this one together is 30,000 and all of that. She said um there are a number of people that have been asking her. I think she sent this video to her friends to post on their WhatsApp, and I think she also posted it. I'm sure she must have posted it on Instagram. So like, oh, there are people that have been sending her DMs, asking her questions. How do I maintain my front hair? It's always falling off every time I make my hair. She picked on a particular problem that her target audience has. My hair is always cutting. How do I protect my front hair? And she now said, okay, instead of answering these questions one of after the other, I have created an ebook where I explained how you're going to protect your front hair from breaking off. And I'm giving you this ebook free of charge. All you need to do is click on the link on this link attached to this video. Now, that link attached to the video takes you straight to her WhatsApp. And on her WhatsApp, she saves your number, you save her number, and then she now tells you that, okay, this is the book. Now, what she has just done is to add you to her WhatsApp list. Now, the book that you're going to read, whether you read the book or not, she has gotten your attention. On her WhatsApp status, she's going to do the main selling. So, first of all, you're already interested in hair things. So by the time you see her WhatsApp status, she's now going to be doing the main selling on her WhatsApp status. And she's going to be talking about hair products. This is how she used this before and after. Even inside that book, if you eventually read that book, I'm sure that she's going to redirect your attention to a particular product that she sells that helps with front hair growth. Now you can see how the whole selling thing is happening without the whole confusion. It's a simple process actually, right? And then you can now follow up from there. Now let's assume that maybe your product is not a one to many product, right? Let's say it's a one-on-one product and you can only take a certain number of people at a certain time. Even though I usually advise people that sometimes you have to have products that allows you to get more people to join or to purchase, right? For instance, if I'm a caterer, of course, there's a certain number of people I can cook for in a month, right? I can't come and take 1,000 orders. Is when it's just me and I don't have enough staff that can run all of that. But instead of just limiting myself to just cooking, right? Cooking for people's weddings, like, and it's a time conscious thing. I can't go for 10 weddings in a day. But I would think of a product. I would think of a product that I can sell 10 of it in a day. I can sell 20 of it in a day and I don't have to stress to reproduce. That's why digital products are very, very, very powerful. So as a chef, I'm going to create a cookbook. Either I create a cookbook or I create a recipe book or something that I can monetize. Put it like maybe a video or a class or something that I just create once and then I sell it over and over and over again. So it just makes it very easier for me, right? So, but then if you do, maybe you're an architect or you are an engineer or you just want the number of clients or you're a writer, copywriter, you the kind of clients you can't deal with more than 3 clients in a month or 5 clients in a month, then the kind of traffic that you want to drive the kind of traffic you want to drive depends on the offer that you want to make. So you want to tell people that, oh, I'm going to write copies for your brand, for your business, maybe emails for your business for a month or stuff like that, or for 3 months. And then if you're okay with that, we can now talk about maybe a retainer and all of that. So maybe you would want to direct them into your email, or you want to get them to a a book a time with you where you can talk and eventually close them. And if you don't eventually close them, it's why it's very great to have them on your WhatsApp or you have them on your email list so that you can constantly send them some more tailored content that would help them to trust you better, that would help them to see the need to hire you. All right. Now, driving traffic could be different ways. You could do paid, you could do organic. Paid, of course, you know what I mean. Paid ads, influencer ads, Facebook ads, and all of those stuff, right? Or you can do organic, right? Organic is just where you're just creating content and putting it out there and then using a call to action. So you tell people that, okay, um, for instance, this lady that I just give an example with, and then she talked about this frontal health thing and how to maintain your hair so it doesn't fall out, and then she now tells you that I've created an ebook that answers all your questions about protecting your front hair. So use the link in my bio or comment with the word hair and I will send you a DM. And then she has this automation. You can use mini chats as your automation to get people. There's a way you can use many chats. I don't want to go into that. That's a whole different story. You can go on YouTube and look for how to use many chats on Instagram, right? Many chats, like many and then chats. So you can do that or you can do the paid traffic. Now, the last thing I need you to know on this lead generation, right, and monetizing is you must have a basic offer or a package. You're a graphic designer, you are just doing one, okay, just hire me to do one flyer, I'll pay you 10,000 naira. I'm a graphic designer, I know how much that has cost me. It is not profitable. How much is data that you make use of? Think about it. How much data do you spend to create your designs, right? Most of the time you're spending on research. You have to go online to check, oh, what is this about. You have to download fonts, you have to edit stuff, like it's a whole lot. And then they'll just pay you for one flyer, just pay you 10,000 naira, 5,000 naira, 3,000 naira, right? Why don't you have a basic package? It's very, very good to have a basic offer. In fact, have go beyond the product and have an offer, right? Don't just stop at a product. I'm a graphic designer, I can create logo for you. Have an offer, and I'm going to talk about it right in the next slide. So have like a package. Have like a package that people can come. So for me now, instead of saying, "Oh, I'll do a business owner comes to me and says, "Oh, I want a flyer," I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do a flyer for you, I'm going to charge you 30,000 naira for a flyer, right? I'm going to charge you 30,000 naira for a flyer. But then there's this package I have, right? I'm going to do two sets of flyers. I'm going to do one social media banner for you. I'm going to do a mock-up for you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do this. And then I put it all in a package and I sell it 35,000 naira. So you get more. It feels like you're getting more, but these are things I can easily do, right? I can put them together and make it more valuable. It's like a package. And then you sell more, right? Anyway, let's talk about how to create an offer. Now, an offer is beyond a product. So you're going beyond selling a product to creating an offer. It doesn't mean that you have to add other products. You can add other products, but it's not a necessity. An offer is just basically how you present your offer. Like an offer is how you present your product, rather, right? It's just how you put it out there. Instead of telling people that, okay, I sell bags, can come and buy bags. I can tell you that um, I have a package that contains a bag, a tiny purse, a wallet, and a bag brush to brush your bags, and maybe lip gloss for women, and plus free delivery. So between that and just buying a bag, you see the difference. There's just a way you present it, right? And you have it customized with your name and then it's delivered to you. I would want to pay, even if it will cost me more, I will pay for that because it has more value. And then the funniest part is that it's going to look like a steal for me because of the way I've presented it. It looks like, wow, I'm going to get all of these for maybe the bag alone is like 25,000 naira. But you're going to get an extra value for just maybe 7,000 naira extra. right? 7,000 naira extra, but the offer itself looks like a 50,000 naira offer that is being sold for 27,000 naira or for 31,000 naira, right? So it's the way you present that product, right, that makes it a great offer, right? So after reading the book 100 million offers, $100 million offers by Alex Hormozy. In fact, I want everybody, that's one of the tasks today. You're going to go and read that book. And there I'm going to drop the you can read that book in about an hour, right? So I'm going to drop the audio version, right? So that you can it's very great if you have the audio you're reading alongside, so it's faster. Now, a great offer is an offer that increases the dream outcome of your customer. So they look like, yeah, you know that people are not just buying products; they're actually buying an outcome. They're buying a solution, a perception about them. So I'm not just buying bag because I want to put things inside the bag. I'm buying a look. I'm buying I'm buying a class, right? I'm buying the looks of people when they say, "Oh, your bag is really pretty." I'm buying a look, right? I mentioned that. I'm buying um a certain level of satisfaction when people see me when I step out. Maybe I attend events. That's what I'm buying. I'm buying that perception about me as someone who is classy, who is wealthy, who who is rich and stuff just by using him. See, there's this bag that's very expensive. They said they only make is it five of it or be one of it in a year. I don't even know. They call it Birkin bag. This bag is there are a lot of bags that are finer than that bag. There is nothing special about that bag. Anybody can create that style. It's just a bag. I don't know if maybe there's something, maybe there's one or two special thing in the equipment. I don't know, but that bag looks like a normal bag. It's just a very pretty bag, nothing out of the world. But people would buy that bag. As expensive as that bag is, they will buy it simply because they want people to see them as rich. For me to be holding a Birkin bag, it means that I have a lot of money, I have a lot of class. I'm someone that lives in affluence, influence, call it whatever you like. That ego, it pumps up my ego. That is what they are buying, not the bag. So you want to get people to see that okay, if I buy this thing, I am going to be able to get that thing that I desire. So when you're looking at the problems of your customer, you don't just be looking at the logical side of it. Oh, you have a bag because you want to put your phone inside. I mean, I could as well put it in my pocket. What makes you think that I cannot hold my phone in my hands? Right? So you want to sell them comfort. You want to sell them the outcome, right? You want to sell them the perception. You want to sell them the dream. That is what you should be thinking about. A great offer increases that outcome for them. Like, makes it more vivid, makes it more achievable. It's your offer increases the likelihood of achieving that. A great offer decreases the time delay of getting your dream outcome. Sorry for the typo here, right? And then it decreases the effort and the sacrifices that you use in achieving that outcome. So let's go back to the bag thing. Instead of me just selling my bag, I'm creating an offer that allows you to get a bag, you get a purse, you get lip gloss, you get maybe matching purse, right? And it's packaged and then it's delivered to you wherever you are at no cost. At no cost. Now, there's a whole lot of things that you have to put into this, right? I don't say, oh, delivery, how am I going to send it free of them? You have to be smart. You put your delivery cost in the pricing, right? So now we have reduced the effort and the sacrifice in achieving the dream outcome of owning that bag. So instead of them to come over, you tell them that don't worry, everything will be packaged and sent to you. Now, let's look at this personal branding session. Let's say I'm going to sell this session, right, to people, this personal branding challenge that I am doing. I am going to increase, I'm going to decrease the time delay of getting the dream outcome, because I'm going to give you tasks. I'm going to say, okay, if you do this task, just do one or two tasks, and then you're going to see immediate results. Like the first task I made people do, if you're going to take a course, you're like, okay, you're taking a normal course, and you have lots of things to watch, lots of things to do, and all of that. But each day I'm giving you some little tasks to carry out. Simple tasks that you can carry out and see the results immediately. So I tell you that, okay, answer these few questions. By the time you answer these few questions, you get a better understanding of who you are. Then I tell you, okay, just go and open this account, go and open this, can open this, and then you see, go and change your profile picture and see whether you will not have more visibility. Just go and change your profile picture now and see if you not have more people liking and following you, right? So I've increased the perceived likelihood of achieving your dream outcome, which is to get more visibility for your brand, right? So think about when you're framing your offer, think about all of these things. And how do you do this? First, you need to identify the dream outcome of your ideal customer. What is it that they actually want? And I need you to think in the psychological way. I need you to think as if you are the customer. If you are the customer, you want to buy this thing, why would you buy it? What is that thing that will press you to buy it? What is that problem that you will have? And it has to be a very painful problem. Don't just think about it like, oh, they want to buy it because bag is essential. It's an essential piece. They want to buy that wig because they want heads to turn when they walk. They want to buy that wig because they want to elevate their style. They want to look like a celebrity. They want to look like that lady on the pages of a magazine. That is why they are not buying because do you get what I'm saying? So think about it. That's why you need to understand your audience, right? That's why you see those contents about celebrities, how this celebrity style this wig or style this dress. They get a lot of views because people they have this fantasy. They have this fantasy of, oh, I want to look a certain way. A lot of ladies want to look curvy. They want to look curvy. So if I'm going to sell a dress, I am going to tell them that this dress is going to give you that curvy look that you've always desired. Not that I'm going to sell a dress because you need to cover your body, because you need clothes to go for wedding. I'm going to tell you that you're going to wear this clothes is going to make you the talk of the town. They are going to get people to actually ask you, where did you sew this clothes? Where did you get this dress from? You're going to go to a wedding and you will stand out. Did you see the kind of, okay, let's not go there, but you get the point. So when you've created this problem list, these things that they have as problems, right, or desires or dream outcomes, now create a solution list. So if a lady wants a curvy look, and I'm a fashion designer, what would I do to be able to solve that problem? Right? So create a list, be as broad as possible, because the more you create, those long lists, allow your brain to think and pour out all of that, you'll be able to come up with, oh my god, that just look. Okay, so you'll be able to come up with a solution. Give me a second, please. Sorry, just give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, so I just hope you can hear me clearly. All right, so let's wrap this up quickly because I've said so much already. So, I want you to go and find this book and read it. It's going to give you a very more simplified way of achieving all of this that I've talked about. So I don't want to spend so much time talking and talking about these things, right? And after creating a solution list, create a solution delivery vehicle. Once you found this solution, how do you want to deliver that solution, right? And then trim and stack. When I say trim and stack, so we've created a long list of problems, we've created a long list of solutions. So you'll find the one that would best deliver that um, solution and would that would fit into this criteria that increases the perceived likelihood of achieving that outcome, that decreases the time delay of getting the dream outcome, decreases the effort and sacrifices used in achieving that dream outcome. By the time you read this book, you are going to get the picture better. So your task for today would be to read 100 Million Offers by Alex Omozi. And I've picked the links of the audio version and I'm going to send it to you. Now choose a product. If you have one, keep that. Now the next thing you're going to be doing is to refine your offer. Refine your offer based on the tips that Alex Omozi offered. Read that book. You're going to thank yourself for reading it, and then refine your offer, give it a name, and then put it out there. Like you can share on the group what the offer is, right? And then the next thing you're going to do is create a price list. This is for those people who are maybe service providers. Create a price list. Use a Even when you've created this offer, right? Have a visual representation of it. Go to Canva. Use Canva to create like a rate card, right, of your service. If you're a writer, have a rate card. If you're a graphic designer, have a rate card. Have something that you use to show when people come, like, oh, I've been seeing your designs. Oh, I've been seeing you've been talking about video editing. You've been talking about this. I need you to come and speak at my event. What do you charge? And then you ask them, okay, this is my rate card. Well, what exactly do you want and stuff like that. This makes you professional. All right. So I'm open to answering your questions. I'm sure that you have questions. This task might take a while for you to, it's not a 1 day thing. So this might take you to do some research. This might demand that you do research. This might demand that you do a lot of research. So it might take some time. So give yourself that space to be able to do it right. And then I'm assuming that this will take you at least 2 days to come up with something. So take your time in the next 48 hours or in the next 24 hours. Let's say 24 to 48 hours. What can you come up with? So I'm giving like 48 hours to come up with um, this stuff, because you can read this book in a matter of 1 hour 30 minutes, 2 hours you're done with this book, and then sit down and create your offer and set up your price list using Canva, and let's see what you have. Now the truth is that it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to start doing something, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. So as you continue, you'll be able to refine this from feedbacks of people, from other things that you would have possibly learned, and then you're able to refine your offer. You're able to take out some things, put in some things, have a different offer. All right. So that's it on today's episode on Personal Branding Challenge Basics. I hope you found this helpful. Feel free to ask your questions where you have one, and we'll talk about this on the community.